Okay, got the sliders trimmed out, just made those out of 1/8 aluminum plate, and got the holes drilled, so I'll begin to assemble my slider suspension system. So there's the sliders. Started the assembly with the 2 stiffeners just to hold them in place till I can get, that'll keep it pretty sturdy. Once I get all the rest of the bolts and axles through there, it should be pretty solid. It seems solid already just with those 2 stiffeners. I'm just using threaded rod for my axles. I oversized the holes. Now you're thinking the threads are just going to chew away at the aluminum, steel being a harder material, and I took this into consideration, so I am going to put bushings in to protect from wear, and I'll be able to just replace those little bushings. They're really cheap. So the bushings are just these little grommets. They're really cheap. You can get a crap load of them in a bag for next to nothing. So basically I lubed up the hole in the slider where the axle is going to go, and put a little bit extra on the grommet itself. Now with this setup, it's intended that the whole shaft and everything spin, not a fixed shaft where just the wheels themselves spin. So there's rear wheels are installed. Like I said, the whole shaft and everything is going to turn. So I'll just have to worry about replacing those little grommets once they start to wear out. But so far so good. So I got 2 shocks that I had kicking around. They were off a 1/10 scale truck, and lucky me, they got yellow springs, so they'll kind of go with the yellow theme of the truck. Oil filled, they're good enough. Okay, got the bogey wheels on, got the shocks on. I was originally going to put the shock mount on the rear axle and have the suspension set up the way a real MXZ suspension goes, but decided to go with something a little bit simpler. I went with the Easy Track setup, which is just one suspension arm that comes down and holds the whole track suspension into place. Keeps the sliders from moving around. It's a lot less complicated, and I'm going to attempt that now because I changed my mind on the setup here. I need mounts to put the suspension arm on to mount it to, because originally they were just going to go off the axles, off the front axle and whatnot. So yeah, I've changed my mind. I'm going with something a little bit simpler, and hopefully it will work out in the end.